I want to give you some great news about the real estate market if you're thinking about selling your home in the next few months. You know, over the past 6 months or so, there's been a lot of negative news about the real estate market. You know, interest rates are doing what? They're going up. Home prices are coming down. And that's really kind of all that you hear about. But I want to give you some local stats, just Sumner and Robertson County only. And they're going to have some great news in there if you're thinking about selling that you're probably not hearing out of a national news media source. So I looked at all the homes that sold in Sumner and Robertson County in the first quarter of 2023. And here's kind of what I found out. Number one, the bad news. Home prices have went down. So since about July of last year, home prices are down about 6%. So if you're a glass half empty kind of person, that's what you're going to say. If you're a glass half full, you're going to go back and look at the last 3 years where home prices have increased by about 42%. So home prices went up by 48%, they came back down 6%. And it depends on how you look at it as if it's good news or bad news. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I looked at was the amount of homes that sold in the first quarter of this year. So the amount of homes that sold in the first quarter of this year was down about 30% when compared to last year. And that kind of makes sense because last year was the crazy year, right? So home sales have went down. So the next thing I did was looked at inventory, and what I would have assumed was that if home sales are down, inventory would have done what? Gone up. But the reality is that home sales went down and inventory both went down at about the same rate, about 30%, which is a little odd. And so I dug a little bit deeper, and this is where the good news is. This is where the nugget is. I'm going to give you a lot of stats, but I'll explain it all to you at the end, so stick with me. So the first quarter of this year, I looked at all the homes that sold, 768 homes sold, right? That's just under $500,000. I kind of made a breaking point there at $500,000 because it's two separate markets there. So under $500,000, 768 homes sold. The days on market measures how long a home sits on the market before it goes under contract, right? So when I looked at the days on market for homes that sold under $500,000, the median was 13 days. So the first thing is, what is median? I know we're kind of going back to high school statistics here, but the median is, if you line them up from the shortest to the tallest, and the median is the one in the middle, okay? So 768 homes sold. I don't know what the middle is. It's like, you know, a little under 400. You look at that one and that was 13. That means that half of the homes sold under $500,000 in 13 days or less, right? So that does not sound like the news that I'm hearing that the real estate market is crashing, right? Half the homes are selling, 13 days are left. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, and this is where I think the real good nugget is for you if you're thinking about selling your house, and that is when I looked at the average days on market, the average was 31. So you got the median and the average are very much different. And so statistically, why does that happen? That happens because there are a few values way over here on the end that are a lot bigger, and it tilts the scale to that side a lot more than is what proportional, which is why typically I look at the median because that gives us a more good number. So the reality is we had a lot of homes that sold really soon, and you get way over here to maybe 50 days on market or 80 days on market, and you get some homes that sat for a long time. So here's the good news. Here's the good news. If you price your home correctly, your home is going to sell quickly in this market, right? 14 days or less is still a very fast days on market. As a matter of fact, 40% of the homes sold in 5 days or less on market. So good news is, if you're thinking about selling a home in this market, if you want me to take a look at your specific house in your neighborhood, I can do a days on market analysis for your neighborhood. I can tell you what I would expect or what the market would expect to how quickly your house would be to sell. But the main thing is pricing your home correctly in today's market. With all that being said, if you've got any questions about the market or want some analysis on what your home is worth, you can feel free to give me a call or just shoot me a message.